We see this common phenomenon: school age children, preschool age children. You see their mothers placing a big bag on them, and even they pack their lunch boxes with food and all sorts of drinks to take to school, and they place it on them. Now, my dearest mother, before you do this again, ensure you watch this video to the end. I am Sister Ozo Augusta, and this is still Body Gist. I say thank you to all our returning subscribers, and if you are new on our channel, I say welcome to you. Ensure you click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification so that you always get notified whenever we upload new videos. Do not go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back. As adults, we have 4 natural body curves. These curves are found on the bones that run from under our skull, that is from our neck down to our back. These curves are known as the body's natural curves. But while a child is in the mother's womb, or a newborn babies and children in their mother's womb have just one natural curve, and this is why you see them while they are in their mother's womb. They are curled up, even when the baby is giving birth to, few weeks after delivery and few months after delivery. You see the baby still lying curled up. This is because the baby has just one natural curve. Now, as adults, as we begin to develop curves around our neck. It is called the cervical curve, and we develop a curve around the bone that runs on our back, around the lumbar bones. Now, these bones, as children begin to develop, help them to begin to sit very well in the first 3 to 4 months of their life, and it also helps them to maintain a head balance and to hold their neck and their head high. This is because the babies have begun developing these natural curves on the cervical bone and on the lumbar bone. The lumbar bone allows the baby to sit very well. This is around the 6 to 18 months of this baby's life, and the cervical curve is developed around the neck, helping the baby to hold the neck up high. The first curve the baby is born with is the primary curve, but as the baby develops, these curves are differentiated into 4 different curves. Now they are differentiated to now have 2 primary curves, which is the curve around the thoracic bone or the thoracic region, and the curve around the sacral bone or the sacral region. Then the secondary curve that is now later developed is the curve around the cervical bone and the curve around the lumbar bone. What are the functions of this curve? I've mentioned it before. It allows one to move the head, to maintain the head, to hold the head up high. It allows one to sit properly, and of course it permits movement. So these are the functions of the curves. We have 2 primary curves as an adult and 2 secondary curves: the thoracic curve, the sacral curve, then we have the cervical curve and the lumbar curve, which are the secondary curves. These curves are located on the vertebral column. The vertebral column are the bones that run from the base of the neck down to our back. It is also called the spine. The function of the vertebral column is to help protect the spinal cord. It also helps in attachment of some other bones, such as the rib cage. It also helps in attachment of the upper limbs and the lower limbs. What is the importance of these natural curves that the body has? Now, the first thing is that as the baby develops, it helps the baby to be able to keep the head up. I've mentioned that before, and also to sit very well. So mothers of newborn, do not force your baby to begin to sit down when they have not attained that age of sitting down. Remember, it is as the baby begin to develop that the baby will begin to develop these natural curves around the neck. So, and I've said that this development begins from the 3rd or 4th month of the baby's life. So don't force your baby to begin to raise up their head, and baby can only begin to sit down from the 6th month of the baby's life. So don't force the baby to start sitting down when the baby is not yet attained that age. Remember, those curves develop naturally, and it is these curves that help the baby to begin to sit properly. Mother of school age children and preschool children, I've said please allow your children to carry school bags that have 2 straps so that they can always place them centrally on their back. Remember that they are just developing, and it's at this age that the child is developing. The child might develop an abnormal curve on the spine if you do not allow them to carry a bag that is centrally placed. If they are always carrying a bag that is tilted to one side, they can develop an abnormal curvature to one side. Even as adults, if you have your backpack, please always carry them with a two strap. Always ensure that the loads you are carrying are always balanced, because one could develop a lateral curvature of the spine from carrying loads on one side. It is worthy of note to say that the vertebral column is divided into several parts. The bone around the neck is known as the cervical bone. The one around the chest is known as the thoracic bone. The bone down around the waist is known as the lumbar bone, then followed by the sacral bone. The spellings are all on the screen. Now, with development, there could be congenital or abnormal development of these bones. For example, the bone around the chest is supposed to tilt backwards slightly, but with congenital malformation, it can tilt excessively backward. This is known as kyphosis. Kyphosis. The spelling is on the screen, and this is what we popularly call hunchback. But with bad posture and excessive load, one may also develop kyphosis. That is why even as children, as adults, we need to carry a load that is centrally placed on our back to prevent this development. Another abnormality that can occur is at the lumbar bone or the lumbar vertebrae. Normally, it's supposed to tilt slightly forward, but with malformation, if it tilts excessively forward, this is known as lordosis. And if it tilts excessively, either to the left or to the right, that is laterally, it is known as scoliosis. This can happen as a congenital malformation, and also it can also be acquired from bad posture and from carrying of heavy load. So we are advised to always maintain a good posture and to also carry load lightly on our back. And if we have to carry any load on our back, let us ensure that it is centrally placed. I am still Sister Ozo Augusta, and this is still Body Gist. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please ensure you do so. Keep following us for more LD Gist. See you in the next video. Bye for now.